The following is a presentation of TFNN.
Let's go to David from Clearwater.
Hey, Steve. Thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to pass a compliment to you. I've taken a lot of classes from Tom since I became a Tiger back in 2009, and they're always phenomenal classes. And last Friday was my first class with you. And just want to say, Steve, fantastic. You were well prepared. Material was excellent. It was timely. It was a really, really, really good class, and you kind of opened my eyes to a few things that have enabled me to use your terminology. Take massive action.
Hey, there you go. I love it.
Live at TFNN, The Trader's Edge, with your host, Steve Rhodes.
And he's picked out a landing spot that is a good 25 feet above the hull.
There's a good chance he doesn't get this inside the mark of the ball.
Well, here it comes. Oh, my goodness. Seen anything like that? This guy's pretty good.
Now, the author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the October 10th, terrific Thursday edition of today's Opening Bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, really, when you just think about it, leading an inspired life, truly, that's what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools. This is the tool I call Honesty is the Best Policy. You know, I'm reminded of a story of a tribal chief who decided to test a young man when he was chosen to be his successor. The chief asked the successor to prepare 2 meals for him. The first meal was to contain the finest ingredients life had to offer, and the second meal would contain the worst. Now, the chief sat down to the first meal, which was some delicious sliced cow tongue with vegetables. The chief was delighted with the meal and asked the young man why he chose those ingredients. His reply, "The tongue is one of the finest parts of our being. It can speak wonderful words of truth that can help our people grow and prosper. The right words can give our people courage and bolster their integrity." Needless to say, the chief was quite impressed. Now, a few days passed, and the chief sat down for his second meal and found it to be identical as the first. The chief asked the young man why he had prepared the same meal twice. The young man answered, "The tongue can be the best part, but it can also be the worst part. The tongue can speak words of anger and discouragement that can tear people down and rob them of hope. It can weave deceit, speak untruths, and cause disharmony. The tongue, more than any other weapon, can destroy our village." The chief knew he had found the next leader. Honesty, it is the best policy out there. Let's hope our folks in Washington maybe are listening to that little story out there. Let's go check out these markets here. Dow futures up 132 points right now, trading out at 14,860. S&P futures up a whopping 18 points right now. They're trading out at 1666.75. NASDAQ futures up almost 36 points at 3168. Russell 2000 up 12. You got King dollars up 17 ticks. Gold is back 750. Silver's up a nickel out here. Currency market, Japanese yen having the biggest movement. We'll certainly take a look at that. Our call-in number, 866-618. Oh, geez, I'm giving you the wrong number. 86. Hold on. Oh, my goodness, a brain fart. 877-927-6648. Too many numbers floating around in this young man's head. If we take a quick peek around the globe, boy, that DAX, we pointed out yesterday just how strong. In fact, the DAX, in my opinion, one of the stronger-looking chart patterns that are out there. It's up 1 6/10% here this morning, up 140 40 points. The FTSE having a good day. It's up 60 points. We'll take a look at those charts, those chart patterns, see what we can find out there. The Nikkei had a good evening as well, up 156 points. A little over 1% to the upside. Hang Seng down 82. Shanghai off 21 points last night. So where do we begin? Of course, you want to know, hey, Steve-O, where the heck is this market going? What's it doing? Why is it doing what it's doing? Well, no market can go anywhere without fuel. Our bodies can't go anywhere without fuel. That's why we feed it with good product, and we want to feed our minds with good product as well. The fuel in the marketplace is none other than this euro-Japanese yen. I tell you got to be paying attention to it, folks. Your signals will come from this quicker than any place else because it's really currencies that rule out here. What did the euro-Japanese yen do? Well, if we take a look at the last leg here, which was from the August 30th low to that wide-ranging bar on September 19th, what the euro-Japanese yen did, they made a 0.618 retracement and as well came right back into the bottom of this rising price channel out here. So it's having a nice move this morning. Of course, that is on the daily chart. If we go take a look at the intraday chart out here, let's take a look at let's see which one pops up on my screen. That would be the 30-minute chart. Let's look at the 30-minute chart here first. Now, on the 30-minute chart, you're taking a look at, so that's a daily chart. Want to be able to put things in perspective for you. If we take a look at the intraday chart, here's the 30-minute chart. The red line that you're looking at, the red lines, I should say, descending price channel. And what we know is the euro-Japanese yen, each time that it bounced through it, what you always want to do is wait for the market to come back and test that channel line, and you want to see it reject that level. And we saw the first time that it pierced through that area was back here right around, 22:30, so what's that make it, 10:30 in the evening on September 30th. Got up there, didn't like it, came back, went back to the bottom of that price channel, went ahead and got above the price channel again around 5 o'clock in the morning. Looks like when it made a high back on October 3rd on the retest coming back. Nope, quickly right inside that level. We saw that take place again on October the 9th. Got up above that level, came back, sliced right through it like Kerrygold butter out there, like Tiger Butter Brew. And all that changed last night. All of that changed before anybody was talking about folks getting together on the Hill to try to solve problems. Right here we see the euro-Japanese yen at 7:30 in the evening breaking above the rising price channel. I was watching it and saying, okay, now what are you going to do? You're going to break back below. What are you going to do? And boom, right here at 9 o'clock in the evening during a 30-minute session, came back, tested it, and we had a rejection. Something to think about. Then, what do we have during the next half-hour session? Another test of that area. Now, you like to see 3 tests. I could say to myself as I looked at it, if we take a look at that 8 o'clock session as price pulled back, that's close enough for me for a third test out there. I went ahead and fired a long trade-off inside the ES Mini when I saw this area hold out here. This was the first signal. Futures were up 4 points. 4 points is where the ES Mini was up in the evening, right around that time frame, 9:30, 10 o'clock in the evening. That was the first signal that, you know what, we might actually be seeing a breakout occur inside the euro-Japanese yen. Now, of course, my next target for where it was going to move to was really the trend line, just simply going from the high out here back on the trading session of September 19th, and I used the very next touch point high, which was at 5:30, in the morning on October the 3rd. Now what we're seeing here is a breakout even above that level. And you can see that price got up there with a wide-ranging bar. It was coming in there. Certainly it's in the oversold condition out here, but just telling you just how strong this currency pair here is moving right now and how important that is for us to be paying attention to. Now, I show you this chart for a number of different reasons. Not just the and look, folks, I would never ask you to do anything that I have not done. Never. And so, when I suggest that these markets that we trade, that what you should do is you want to be able to learn how to master this. You want to get your kids to be able to do this because this is the money machine that's out here. It would be disingenuous for me to talk about charts, chart patterns, what to do without actually trading them, and I do. Now, I'm out of my long position in the ES, and I'll explain why, but I'll go ahead and I'm going to just close out the account up here. But, here's the trade. You can see made $3,500 on that trade while I was sleeping, by the way. So, put the trade on and went to bed, came back. Of course, futures were up, and then went ahead and managed the trade out there. My target, and I'll show you where the target was, because when I placed the trade, I had to have both sides of the trade in there. I had to have the stop in place, and I had to have my exit in place. And whatever it did overnight is whatever it did overnight. Of course, it's always nice to wake, turn on your phone, look at the futures or what have you, and see what they're doing, and say, oh, maybe I can rest even a little bit easier. Well, if we go take a look at the 30-minute chart out here, see if I can pull this up. It's got to be out here. Maybe it's on the monitor chart. Let me see where it is out here. Give me a moment to actually pull up that chart and that time frame. That's not there. It must have been right here. And let me just go down to the 30-minute chart. Oh, yeah, okay. I've got the 120-minute chart. I'm sure once I put up the 30-minute chart, we'll see the A to B equals CD. So there we are. So as I took a look at taking that trade, like you need to do, it's all about money management. I didn't know whether the trade was going to work out or not. What I knew was what I was looking for. And that's the real key out there. You want to know what it is that you're looking for to get into any trade and be able to have a trade pattern that was out there. Now, I had two things going for me. I have a trading system, a momentum trading system. I teach my subscribers how to use that, and that had given me a long signal. It had given me a long signal before I actually took the long trade out there. And the reason is because the market had been in a descending price channel out there. So I only take a look at long trades when it looks like we're going to go ahead and break. And now I use the currency pair. I don't use the news or what have you. I use the currency pairs in order to be able to be a real trigger system out here. So you can see when I went ahead and entered the trade here last night, and it was at about 16:54 as I recall when I got in the trade. So right here it was about 9 o'clock in the evening. So right at 9, 10 o'clock, because I was watching the St. Louis Pirates game out there. And you can see price right in at 16.51, 16.53. I ended up getting in at 16.54 on this trade. And I took a look at this A to B equals CD up. I said, well, you know what? If this trade's going to work out, it should make a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. So my exit strategy, you can see 16.64.70. Well, it doesn't trade in ticks of 70 cents. It'd be either 75 or 70, 16.64.75 or maybe 16.65. I just went ahead and put in 16.65 while I was sleeping. When I got up this morning, it was nice. You know, at 6 o'clock in the morning, the actual high that came in, that was at a price level of 16.63.75. All I did was went back and adjusted. You know, I let the market go ahead and take me out of the trade. Now, what I was also looking at, and that was the chart time frame that was on the screen right here. Let's just take a look at it. 120-minute chart. You see that descending price channel. And I knew as soon as we got up towards that descending price channel, because on the intraday chart, we were starting to work into territory where we're going to see resistance out there. So I immediately tightened up the stop on that. In fact, I took a look at about a 3-point profit and about a 1-point risk. So I went ahead and I put my stop in at 16.63. It wasn't 16.65 was the exit. Of course, the stop was well below that. What I did was I just simply went ahead. You'll see I'll put this back on the... I can't pull it back on the screen. The CEBOE is having some troubles out there. But what I did was I just simply adjusted the stop at 16.63 and the target at 16.67. Whichever one took me out, I was good with. 877-927-6648. When we get back, we'll go take a look at these markets and where they're going to head to. We'll be right
back. Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzamento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow futures up 144 right now. S&P futures up 18.5. So let's go take a look and see what the markets have actually done at this point. Now, if we go take a look at the NASDAQ futures out here, the NQ, we were taking a look at that 60-point consolidation range. And whichever way it broke, it had projected a 60-point move to the upside or the downside. Now, it broke through the downside. That gave a price projection of about 31.27. What it actually did was it moved down to about the 31. Now, those, when you take a look at consolidation patterns, the expected moves, folks, are equal to or greater than the consolidation. So gave us a 60-point projection, as I say, about 31.27. We saw the NASDAQ futures move down at 11 o'clock yesterday morning, got down to a low of 31.10 out there. 11.30 is actually when that low came in. Did a 1 to 2. A to B equals CD. If you have the book, The Art of Timing the Trade, what you know is that when you do a 1 to 2, A to B equals CD, the market is going to do something different. Now, you don't know if it's going to move sideways or if it's going to bounce. In this case here, we can say it certainly has done a bounce because it was at a low of 31.10. It's at 31.68 right now, so a nice 58-point bounce out of that. Now, what we want to be paying attention to on this chart pattern here is what happens when price gets back to the bottom of that consolidation level, which is right around the area here. We're going to say that about 31.91 out there. Is it going to use that as a deflection point? Is that going to be where you're going to see the market turn? I don't know the answer to that. What I do want to just say is we want to take a look at is First, the outcomes of being able to identify different patterns out there that you can trade. You don't have to be a technical whiz out there. You can take a look at sideways action. You can draw a box around something and then just simply take a look and see how those consolidation patterns work out there. If we take a look at the other strong index, which is the Russell 2000, not just was, still is the Russell 2000 out here. It had a 23-point consolidation. It had a price objective of 1033, where it actually got down to, at that same time frame, 1130, was 1034.70. You got to love that stuff, folks. You got to love it. 1033, a price objective. If it breaks through the consolidation, it gets down to 1034.70 out there. Not too shabby. Now we can see here, and I really should try to pull this over. Let me see if I can do this. Heck, I can do anything, really, right? Let me see if I try to do it from here. No, that's not working. I'm going to just pull it over from the top at this stage here. So you can see that the Russell 2000 is the one that's going to be perhaps closest to testing that consolidation level. Consolidation levels will get tested, and if they reject that area, then guess what? Price wants to stay in the lower part of the range. If not, it can go all the way back up to the top of the consolidation zone. So that is important for us to take a look at. So the price projections to the downside have been fulfilled. Were fulfilled yesterday inside of the Russell 2000 and the NASDAQ. Of course, they were also fulfilled inside the Dow. If we take a look at the Dow futures, here's a 30-minute chart. As price was moving down into that same 11:30 time frame, it was running into the bottom of that descending price channel. Now the key is, if we take a look at this price channel, this takes us all the way back to the highs from September 19th. This is the first time that price has moved above this price channel. If, in fact, just as we started off the show and we were taking a look at the euro, Japanese yen, we were taking a look at it on a 30 and 120-minute chart, I believe. Either way, we were looking at the price channels. Now we're waiting for, I'm going to go back and redraw these price channels just to make sure, but now we're really looking for is a test of this area, which we have not seen inside the Dow. Now, this is a 30-minute chart out here. It's in the extreme. It's what the Dow futures are doing as we speak here right now. They're making a higher high, as you can see, and the higher high I'm referring to is at 7:30. The high out there was 14,862. You're at 14,868 right now. It's making a higher high on less relative strength. Let me see, how many bars are we into? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the fifth bar out here. So let's see, at the open, I suspect we'll see just a little bit of a push higher. The question is going to be, is it going to be with more relative strength or less relative strength? And then the question becomes, do we see some type of bearish candle? But the real key here, folks, is what happens when price comes back and tests this descending price channel. Because if it acts just like the euro U.S. dollar did, not the euro U.S. dollar, the euro Japanese yen did, as we took a look at the time frame last night of 9 o'clock, 9:30 or so, if it does that, it tests it and rejects it, guess what we have? We have a change in trend that would be taking place on the weak link out there. And that is what we want to be watching. Of course, as we talk about the other links out here, the S&P futures, let me go over and take a look at that. The S&P futures, as we were taking a look at it on the 120-minute chart, you're seeing just kind of budge their head over this area. And we want to see this. We'll go down and take a look at a 30-minute chart here. We want to watch now the 30-minute chart. I'm going to have to draw the price channels back in. But what we really want to be focused on, we want to focus on the weak hands in the marketplace. We want to focus on the Dow. The Dow will give us the signal. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow up 153, trade out at 14,956. S&P up 18 at 1674. Composite up 51 points at 3729. Russell 2000 up 13 points, trading out at 1056. Apple up about 270. Microsoft up 33. Google up $6.50. You know, Google, we were taking a look at it yesterday. That hammer candle held. We'll take a look at the volume as well as was coming back there. Cisco's up 24 ticks. Intel up 45 cents right now, up 2%. And to the upside, lead to the upside, Netflix up $12, up 4% this morning. Amazon up $7.77. That sounds like a pull of the slot machine out there. Google's up $6.14. Time Warner Cable up 5% this morning, up $5.77. Tesla up $5.70. Celgene up $4 and change. Actavis PLC, that's up 3%, $4. To the downside, Citrix Systems off 11% this morning. Quest Diagnostics down 5%. That's off $3 and change. Hub Group HUBG down about 6%. You've got Ruby Tuesday having a terrible Thursday. It's down 18% this morning. Trading out about $6 and change. It's off $1.30 out there. L Brands LTD down about 3%. Again, our call number 877-927-6648. We're going to see if this move here is a true change in trend. Again, the market is in on the intraday chart here, moving into that extreme overbought, exuberant status. And the question is going to be, how is that going to work itself off? And is price going to come back and test the top of the downtrend channel? You'd like to see 2-3 tests for sure. And if that area holds, and guess what, folks? Then it is a change in trend, and it will be off to the races out there. So we took a look at the intraday charts. Let's go take a look at the larger term now out here. Remember, you always got to keep things in perspective as far as what it is that we are looking at. So let's go take a look at the ES Mini. Key here on the ES Mini is going to be that rising price channel out here. Price is going to try to get back inside there. I'd say the price of about $1671.50. Right now you're at $1669.25, but you close above $1671.50 today. It'll be back inside that rising price channel. That will have suggested that what the move lower was nothing more than a false breakout. If you take a look at that candle formation, that's powerful. That candle formation known as a morning star pattern. Now, why is it powerful? I'll show you another morning star candle formation out here. Let me try to find one inside the ES Mini. Where is a morning star? I see the evening star. That was up on top. Here's a morning star pattern right here. So if we take a look at these 3 candle sessions right here, this is the candle session of August 9th, August the 12th, and August the 13th. These 3 candles here represent also a morning star pattern out here. Now take a look at these 3 candles. Let me just go ahead and I'll put a little box around it out here. That way it maybe just highlights it better for you. It may be easier for you to see as you're watching us on TigerTV. Remember, you can always get the archive of the show on Channel 9 if you're listening on the radio or your mobile device at TFNN.mobi. But that qualifies as a morning star candle. And then take a look at this one. Now, look at the close on this candle session right here. Wasn't a lot of conviction. With the body of a candle is truly the essence of price out there. The wicks are important. But now take a look at this candle here. Take a look at this. If this were to just finish out the session like that, you tell me which is the 2 more powerful morning star patterns. Now, with regard to support becomes the low of a 3-candle reversal pattern. In this case here, the low would be 1640 yesterday. So we're going to watch to see if price can get inside, close inside that rising price channel. If it does, and look, there's going to be a lot of they don't have to really, finalize this deal until who knows, right? We've got kind of a floating date out there. So a lot of media, but what we want to really do is just pay attention to the charts. I shouldn't have said that, should I? It doesn't matter. I can use that word, screwdriver, right? Screwdriver, the media out there. We want to pay attention to the charts or the chart patterns that we see, and we just simply want to go ahead and trade those. So that's on the ES Mini. Now let's go take a look here at the Dow futures. Let's go see what kind of pattern it is that we've got inside the Dow futures, the YM out here. Strong candle session today. Close above 14,876 would be a nice little buy pattern out here. As far as candle patterns, it's also a morning star, so you can see a very powerful pattern out here. I don't know if there's another morning star that I can quickly find on the Dow. There's not one that I see here just yet, but I think the explanation of the one on the ES Mini really helps us to take a look at that. Now, in the case of the Dow futures, they broke through the rising price channel, so they'll find some resistance. That's the blue line, the blue diagonal line going across my screen. But what they did hold was they held a kind of a smaller price channel. I'm just using the open of the body from November 16th. The close of the body on the 28th of December and the open on December 31st. And you can see price actually was contained within that price channel. I have the upper side of this thing drawn out there. I don't really need that, but just to give an idea of where price actually, fell back to. Now, that's on the Dow futures. Let's go take a look at the strong hands out here. The Russell 2000, it broke down. But what it broke down into, in essence, was there's 2 price channels. There's the larger one that we're looking at here. That's one that takes us back into the 2011 time frame. That is the red one, the red diagonal lines you're looking at. And now we've got here the blue diagonal lines. And we can see the blue diagonal lines, a strong move off of that November 16th area. And you can see that when price came back yesterday, it was hitting the bottom of that how about that? The bottom of the channel line as well as the 0.618 area. So inside the Russell 2000, it too having a strong morning. The real key here is the back off. The real key is as the market works off on the intraday charts, it's an overbought condition. How do things back off? Where do they run into how is that, how is that candle? Now, no morning star pattern out here. That's a bull sash that you are looking at in the Russell 2000. Let's finish this off by taking a look at the NASDAQ futures. Let's go see what they are doing, what they are forming out here. We took a look at the shorter term, the intraday chart here. The NASDAQ futures making that 0.618 retracement as well. NASDAQ futures also having a bull sash candle out here. So pretty strong. Yeah, this is still the the Russell 2000, NASDAQ, clearly two of the strongest indexes, but the weak link out here certainly giving us some messages. I mentioned the overseas markets out here. We'll go take a look at those. First, let's check in on gold. And speaking of gold, folks, Tom O'Brien on October 22nd, that's a great day, October 22nd. On October 22nd, he'll be releasing his 600th, how about that, 600th gold report. And you should really take the opportunity now to go test drive that newsletter. There's a great deal going on. You can save about 50%. 50%. That's a nice savings out there. You can get the gold report for $10 a week. So you get $600. Folks, go check out all the details. They're on the homepage of TFNN.com. That is how you become golden in life. Now, speaking of gold here, right now it's testing the lows from the September 18th level. That's 12,000. 12,000. How about that? One day it'll be 12,000, but right now it's really 1291.50 out here. So far, the intra-session low has been 1293.40. So not a whole lot of movement. As I said, I can't become bullish on gold. I'll probably have to change that view. Or I'll have to change the number. But right now the number would be a close above 1337.80 out there, and that is not what we're seeing. If we take a look at silver, see what silver is doing here this morning. Silver trading back inside that candle session from October 1st. It did give a nice breakout. Now, I do like the way silver is trading here because as it moved into kind of a very quick time frame relative strength indicator out there, I do like the way that it has worked off its oversold condition out here. So I like silver right now better than gold, but like the two of them have to go to the waltz. They got to go to the dance together. They got to do that dance step, and if they don't, silver's not going to take off without Goldilocks. Light sweet crude out here, backed off, just running into that resistance of that of the trend line that comes off of the lows out here from April the 18th. At the low of that session as well as June 24th. So that's acting as a resistance level. Backed off a bit, trading out at 101.63 right now. Bonds, talk about somebody having a finger on the trigger out here with the exception of today's move. But, when you take a look at, as I look back at the bond chart, it's pretty unusual to see this many trading sessions, which we had, about 10 trading sessions with such a narrow price range out here. Today we're seeing a move lower out here. Look, doji candles, when you get up into, doji candles act as great signals of resistance. Not so good with regard to bullish. In fact, you shouldn't use them from a bullish standpoint, but you can use them as a signal for resistance. And in this case here, really had a high wave candle, very close to a high wave to a doji. We had several of them, one here on September 30th, another on October the 3rd. Look, it's telling you that the market was tired up at that 0.786 level. A little doji candle for sure on October the 8th, the leaves falling off of the tree. So where is it that bonds can pull back to? Well, we just simply take a look at retracements from the low to the high out here. The dead cat bounce, that'd be the 0.382 level, 131.25. But if it hits that area today, that's not real good because it's really a wider ranging bar moving into it. It says the 130.15, which would be normal. Normal back off inside bonds would be the 0.618 retracement level. Natural gas, that is breaking out. Of course, it's run into a little bit of resistance. We got two lines out here. We've got the channel line. Those are the blue lines, so that's positive. It is broken out above that. Remember, when you break out above a channel, you like to see how the retest is when it comes back inside here. What ended up being the resistance point, just simply using the trend line, the downtrend line. This is the December contract we're looking at. The high off of May 1st, the top of that, which was 474, as well as the high off of that little high wave candle on September the 19th. And that is at $4.04 out there. So that is what stopped it, but it still looks pretty bullish. What you'd like to see here is, in essence, you could say today becomes your second test. You'd like to see maybe a third test tomorrow where it holds that channel line. And then that sets up around to the 419 area inside of natural gas. I did mention the world market, so let's go take a look at the Let's go take a look at the world markets out here. You got the FTSE. FTSE giving you a nice little bullish reversal signal here today as it made close to a 0.618 Gartley buy pattern. Now, you can see it had a nice 1.272 expansion of its B to C swing point. That was the C to D leg that we see out here. A point was out here on August 2nd. B point was the August 22nd low. Your C point was the high on September 19th. That made the D leg, so you got a nice Fibonacci number that came into being. Now you're getting a nice reversal signal, nice big wide-ranging bar, bullish engulfing. Where does that take price to? Well, the first level that you're going to take a look at, we're going to go from the high to the low. Let me go ahead and do this. So the high out here that we're talking about inside the FTSE, August 2nd, 66.96 down to the low of yesterday. So the first area for this to hit, 64.62 out here. You can see it's coming in there. It's at 64.20 right now. That's another 40 points higher. Hey, if it hits that today and it closes up at its highs, wide-ranging bars, markets don't end on wide-ranging bars. Not like that. I would say 65.51 would be next on its target range. And you can also see that the FTSE coming from where? Coming from the oversold condition out here inside of the market. So that's on the FTSE. Let's go take a look at the DAX. The DAX stronger, one of the strongest indexes in the marketplace. This is the monthly chart of the DAX. So let's go take a look at what the monthly chart is projecting out here. If we take a look at retracements first, let's take a look at that B to C retracement. You'll see a 0.618, almost to the penny out here. 51.21.29 was the number, and that was a retracement during the month of September 2011. Got down to 49.65 out there. So that's a beautiful thing. That set up your A to B equals C. Of course, what did you have? Your wide-ranging bar. As we measure bars, maybe from 1 to 10, we'll call that a type 2 to 4-ish candle. So we'll just call it a 3 with regard to strength. That's set up, and that's a monthly chart out here. That sets up your 1-to-1. A to B equals CD is 89.85 inside of the DAX. Of course, inside the DAX, no bearish candles here that you can see as we take a look at the monthly chart. So the DAX is saying it's long and strong out here. It also is up over its resistance level, which has been tested now 3 times. And that was the resistance level set up by the highs back in July of 2007. That was at 81.51.57 out there. So the DAX says long and strong. If it can come into the 89.78 level, again, it's a monthly chart we're looking at. If it can come in there with a nice wide-ranging bar, then 10,064 would be next on its horizon. Now, if we just switch over to the daily chart, let's just go see what's going on inside the daily chart. Not a back-off at all. What the DAX did yesterday came down and closed the gap. So close that window out there. September 13th, the high, which is 85.18, and a bit of change. Yesterday, it closed at 85.16. So this one is one of those ones where you're going to say, you know, I won't use that really as my support level, just simply because it really repaired that window out here. Having a nice wide-ranging bar here today. I don't have volume on it, but it's inside already the September 19th swing point out there. And if it's coming in there with volume, it'll test the highs, which is 87.70, but most likely what it will do is go ahead and complete the A to B equals CD that we were looking at on the monthly chart. That is the DAX. If we take a look at the Nikkei, let's go see what the Nikkei is doing here, having another nice evening last night, gapping up here, and it gapped up. Let's go take a look at this thing. Had backed off to the 0.618 retracement. And it's got an A to B equals CD that it still needs to fulfill out there. From high to low, it's already made the 0.382. The Nikkei wants higher price. That'll take place early this morning. Tomorrow. We'll be right back.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Are you ready to ride the next bull market wave? Catch the Chapman Wave. Using the Chapman Wave methodology, Basil's very comprehensive daily newsletter, The Opening Call, gives the short, intermediate, long-term analysis for the key indexes. In his Trader's Corner, he gives a brief market summary and expectation for the day with possible trades, both long and short, which are reviewed daily. A position subscribers sold recently for a 42% on parts, plus a 64% on rest. At Hertz Global, as a core position for 6 months before exiting the position. A current position, entered as a turnaround company with good technicals based on Basil's waveform, is trading up to 170% of its entry point as a portion sold earlier for a 21% gain. Subscribers to The Opening Call can see the Chapman Wave techniques demonstrated and explained daily to educate investors. To get your 2-week free trial to The Opening Call, just visit the front page of TFNN.com. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern on TFNN.
TFNN has just announced a special sale for 2 weeks only for the Gold Report. To celebrate the 600th weekly issue of Tom O'Brien's Gold Report being published on October 22nd, TFNN is having a special one-time sale. From now until October 22nd only, you can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report. That's 14 months for only $600. We're offering Tom O'Brien's dynamic weekly newsletter at only $10 a week, which is almost half off the regular monthly price. The Gold Report is published every Tuesday and provides subscribers with Tom O'Brien's expert commentary on the industry, as well as detailed information on a variety of mining equities. Take advantage of this one-time special offer and pay only $600 for 60 weeks of the Gold Report. This offer is valid for current or new subscribers. Everyone is welcome to take part in this special promotion as we celebrate the 600th weekly issue of the Gold Report. All the details are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 178 right now, trading out at 14,980. S&P is up 21 points, trading at 1677. Let's go take a look at the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. This is one of the trades that I have been featuring. We've been watching. What I have said was that this was a valid pattern once we saw a close above 97.32. Now, the way to trade this, the way to have traded this, because the daily chart was giving us the number that we needed, just like we were taking a look at the Euro Japanese yen, putting that together with the ES Mini last night. Same trading pattern, exact same trading pattern out here. Let's now go down to the intraday chart because you want to take a look at the signal on an intraday chart out here. I want to see what patterns can set up. And here is the U.S. dollar Japanese yen. And you can see the descending price channel that it, too, was traveling within. These price channels are very important to be able to identify changes in trend. Look, does this mean that the trade works out? No. What you're looking for is if you want to go long, you want to see a change in trend in a price that is descending, in a price channel that's descending out there. And in the case of the U.S. dollar Japanese yen. Let me go back. I didn't write the price down here, but let me do that so we can actually track that. So it's the high of the candle from October 7th, by the way. That was 97.32. So we want to see a close above 97.32. Now we go back into the intraday chart here, the 30-minute, I believe. Yeah, 30-minute chart. And you can see here that the first time that, really the first, no, not the first time, but the second time, third time. So third time is the charm out here. The third time that we saw the U.S. dollar Japanese yen get above the rising price channel took place at about midnight. So it took place at about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning last night, as it got up to a high of about 97.70. Remember our number that we were looking at, 97.32 out there. But you're still paying attention to this intraday chart. You want to see the trend being broken. Price comes back, it tests that level, and then boom, it's out of there. So here we've got the test of this area, and then boom, it's on its way, it's out of here. Now that becomes a valid pattern out here as far as now where your price projections. Again, pretty simple. Your first one was the 0.382 area. That's 98.09. That was the first price objective out there. Of course, you can see the candle formation. Now, a lot of time left in the trading session, but if we're to end like this, you're coming in there with a wide-ranging bar. 99.05 is next up on the list, but with that wide range, and that's what the wide-ranging bar there is telling you. It is suggesting it's going to go to that next level. Now, you want to take a look at the bars as the $99 area is hit to determine whether it's 99.73 that would be next up on the list out there. So that's what we've got going on inside the marketplace with regard to our trades. Let's go back, and this is kind of summarize what it is that we are looking for, at least what it is that I'm looking for here. You've got the ES Mini moving into the extreme over bought territory out here. Now, the relative strength indicator right now is up at 80.91, which is above, so that's good. So that's a positive out here. But the real question becomes when the overbought condition works off, when it works itself off, does it just come back? Does it test that price channel? And just like we were taking a look at on U.S. dollar, Japanese yen, just as we took a look at on the euro, Japanese yen as well out there. And that first test is going to be key, because if it comes back and it holds that area, then you have gotten a signal that the change in trend in the marketplace has taken place. So we're going to be watching that all day long on the ES Mini. We're certainly going to be watching it on the Dow, which had been the weak hands out here, and we'll wait to see that test as well. So if you're off to start your Thursday, have a terrific Thursday, and always remember, folks, you have an amazing power within yourself, and that power, it's so strong. It'll create a life of abundance. It'll cure incurable diseases, build billion-dollar businesses, paint beautiful, incredible, extraordinary, magnificent masterpieces. But most of all, folks, it'll create fantastic, loving families. Thanks so much for being a part of the TFNN family. Have a great Thursday, folks. What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.